Let's see. So, geez, this week's been crazy. It's been so wild this week. It's been a wild ride. Hope you guys are all good and sticking it like just diamond hands, holding strong. Everyone's guessing when XRP will explode, but the data and legal wins, all the things that are going on right now, some big moves behind the scenes, it's already showing us what's coming, right? Today we'll cover 3 main points. As always, if you're new to watching this channel, I always cover 3 main points that I want to talk to you guys about on historical price patterns and whale activity. And then we'll talk about legal milestones with Brad dropping the cross appeal. And the third point, we'll run through some of the analyst forecasts and some realistic outlook. I don't want to shut you guys down with some of the higher opportunities and all stuff of price predictions of insane amounts of 1,000, 100, 500. It can happen. I don't know when. I don't have a crystal ball, but I want to set some realistic expectations, and then we'll take it one step at a time. And then by the time that you look back at this video, then you can be like, oh, it's gone to the moon. It's already flown. But what I want to talk about today is just those 3 main points, and then we'll take it day by day or week by week, because I release 2 videos per week. And then as things start picking up, I might do some more videos with the XRP. But right now, we'll just set with the 2. And then if you guys want to see more, if you guys want me to produce more evaluations and everything, and then keep up with the forecast, I check it out every single day. I just don't post every single day, right? If you see value in that, just let me know, comment below. But let's get into it today. So for the first main point, historical price patterns and whale activity. So I use CoinMarketCap, a website that I'll link below too, that you guys can to look at a lot of my news and activities, and then just to see where the price action's at. And then look up in Twitter, and then all Perplexity, the AI tool, and then I also use ChatGPT to capture all the recent news, and then of course all the Google stuff that pops up. But you guys do want to make sure that you're looking at the correct sources. CoinMarketCap has always been very useful for me. It has the fear and greed indexes, and then it also has comparisons, and then also some good sites on there that you can look at. So it's called CoinMarketCap. Again, with the historical price patterns and whale activity, XRP's shown history of repeating price patterns in bull cycles. So in examples in 2017, 2020, and even early 2024, we saw the same exact structure. So what happens is it's very flat, and then all of a sudden the accumulation happens, and then an explosive move, right? We're seeing that again right now. Whale accumulation flipped, I want to say in May sometime, and then the same exact metric happened right after, 420% rally last time. So this isn't retail hype, but from my perspective, I think this is all the big wallets just loading up, and you can see it too. So if you look at some of the transactions, I'm not going to go deep into there. There's a bunch of other folks that do that, but you can look into how those wallets are loading up. And then right now, XRP is it's very undervalued, right? So the 2 price targets that I look at is based on the accumulation, and then I want to say the volume of buyers and sellers, right? So right now, you're going to see a lot of the buyers sitting in at 190. That's when they're going to start loading up, 190 and 192. That's when I'm loading up. And then you're going to see sellers around the 228, the 230. And so you can look at that as a support and resistance as well too. But the way that I look at it is I look at the volume, and then you can see those 2 price targets. Today, it almost passed 230, so it's almost there. And then you can see it trying to make those moves, even with all of the news that's been happening, whether it be bullish or bearish, it's still trying to make moves right now. So those are some of the second point that we can get into and talk about is the legal milestones. We had some huge news. So earlier this week, and by the time I post this now, it might be a little bit too late, but if you're watching this video now, earlier this week, we had Judge Torres not drop the case, but she denied everything, and then things weren't looking well. And so what happened was Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, who created XRP, he didn't create it, but the company did. He said, you know what, I'll just drop the cross appeal, and in hopes that the SEC will drop as well too. Very high likely chance that they will, and then they'll just drop everything because the judge was still set on what the previous SEC wanted to try against. They're like, hey, the judge was just set on it with what that was at. And so Brad was just like, you know what, let's just drop everything, which is great news. This gives us confidence where things stand. I don't think that the move was random. It's likely a strategic step to encourage the SEC to drop their appeal too. So XRP is remaining not classified as a security on public exchanges. So that's a huge win. What that means is it doesn't have to go through the same scrutiny as a security and being tracked and all that stuff, which goes against crypto. But regardless, that's a great win. So this opens the door for institutional involvement and then the ETF discussions. So that's the big win if you look at it from a holistic perspective. When you see this happen, legal clarity equals capital flow. So institutionals don't invest in uncertainty, but that cloud, it's clearing very fast. And so that's point 2. Point 3 that we can talk about, analysts, forecasts, and a realistic outlook of things. So there's a ton of different forecasts out there. You see XRP to $25, XRP to $35, which is very realistic. I think it can get up to $100, $1,000 would be great. Overall, those are all not realistic as where we're at today. I'm talking about right now, right? As this picks up and you see the volume, you see the adoption rate, you see everything that's happening, 100%, everything that's gonna tick and tie, and we just go down the list and it hits everything. Then we'll see that massive spike, and then we'll see it maybe to $1,000. I don't know. I've been seeing things capped out 10,000. It was created for a $10,000 amount. I'm not gonna go into the market cap and all that stuff because to me, I care more about the utilization and then how it can actually be used, and then learning about the different strategies within the ecosystem to make not just quick money, but more generational wealth. And it all starts with the small steps that is discipline, right? The small steps that you can take to keep yourself disciplined. Same thing with XRP, is trying to stay disciplined, the small steps. That's what's gonna create generational wealth. And so that's what I'm gonna focus more on. And then a lot of the forecasts that I'm looking at right now is more reaching towards $5. That's probably a high amount by the end of 2025. That's just as of right now. If it picks up, it can go even more. Trust me, guys, I want it to go a lot more. I'm just being realistic right now. The market sentiment has flipped to bullish though, so that's a great sign. And I think the fact that we went from 20 something cents all the way up to now is insane. So that alone, congrats. And then for those of you who are new to XRP, just diamond hands. Make sure that you understand the utility of this asset and what you're investing into. Continue watching this video because that's what I'll talk about a lot. And then at the end of the day, make sure that you have a long-term mindset. Make sure that some of the videos that you're watching and everything that's out there in the YouTube verse makes sense. And then just follow the actual news and what's happening. And then the whales are already loading up, and the appeal news that's happening, the accumulation that's already occurring. For me, these are all great signs. And then that's just the reality of it. Can it go past $5? 100%, it can. This is crypto world. It can go as far as we want it to go. But I don't want you to sit there and expect that, because that's just not realistic. But the opportunities are there. Now is the time to take it. Ensure that you do have diamond hands and you understand, hey, these are just some insane opportunity times that we have. We have stocks too that are blowing up, that are creating millionaires. Cryptocurrency is no different. It's created multimillionaires, billionaires. And so now is your chance to get into it and do the same thing. Only you can change it, right? So you can sit around and just watch, or you can jump in and enjoy the ride. But just ensure when you jump in, you have a plan and you know what you're gonna do, and it's not for short-term gains. You can do it for just for fun, but know that you could lose all of your money. When you're investing, it's a long-term mindset, so it's two different things. And I'm all about the diamond hands and then the long-term approach, just because that's just how I've been investing and doing business with myself. And so that's always encouraged me to make the smarter moves. And generally, every time when I try and make quick money, I never win. I go to the casino, I always lose. That's why I don't go to the casino that much. And even when I do, it's, hey, I'm just gonna say that I lost this money already and then take it like an entry fee or something. So everything that we're seeing now with the price structure, whale moves, legal clarity, the analyst forecasts, they vary a lot, right? So you just gotta make sure you're looking at the charts, making sure that the price is within the ranges. And if it goes up, then stick with those types of forecasts. It all points to long-term potential though, right? So the big real win is for those with discipline and vision. So stack smart, think long, and tune out the noise. Tune it all out. So thank you again. If you like this type of video, please subscribe and leave me a comment. I'll respond back. I'll try to respond back right away, but I still got a 9 to 5. It's pretty taxing on me, but thank you for watching. Later, guys.